Today's AskReddit post. Porn stars of Reddit whose family or friends have found your work. What happened? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. My roommate's one and only porno she did is very searchable. Don't ask me what it is. I don't want to see it. A friend of mine she didn't know came over and immediately recognized her and called her by her stage name. Cue awkwardness. Edit. You're so thirsty, haha. I will not be blowing up my roommate's spot like that. My apologies. Pick a video from RedTube and that's the one. Hey look, a serious answer. Have my upvote. Try the serious flair if that's what you're looking for. Yay, but I forgot. I forgive you. What about those people who do porn shoots while pregnant? There is some kid on Reddit that starred in a porn with their mom and they don't even know it yet. I once asked an intercourse worker who has somewhat of an inescapable Reddit presence what happens when she has a kid. She said she'd just tell her kid, not verbatim. Kid, be careful on the internet. There are some pictures of mommy you probably don't want to see. Not exactly a porn star, but a picture from a porn subreddit showed up on my front page. Looked at it and it was without a doubt a girl I knew in high school. But we hardly talked. I ended up DMing her on Instagram and telling her that her nude might have been leaked, and sent her the link. She thanked me, and the next day her boyfriend messaged me thanking me for telling her, and they were taking legal action. Edit. A few people have asked what legal action could you take against a Reddit post? As I understand it from my brief conversation with the boyfriend, they suspected who it was already, one of her exes or flings or something, and were going after them for revenge porn, which is illegal where I lived, and no, even if I still had the link, I don't, or saved the picture, I didn't. None of the weirdos asking for it would get it. Decent act. Bubbles, that you boy, a man's gotta eat Mr. Leahy. Had a family member announce her porn career to the family herself and asked for everyone's support. Needless to say it did not go well. Edit. For those saying the family should have been more sympathetic, know this. She was a grown woman who had a daughter on the other side of the country that she abandoned for her career and who was raised by her father. So, no, the family was not okay with the news. I want to know what was going through their mind. Well, she was and always has been a little crazy. She sent an email with a link to her personal site to family members, not to any children in the family, mind you. Of course not, because that would be weird. Hey Uncle Simon, what did you think of my DP close soup? Serious. X had some videos posted of her by one of her hookups. She was in a relationship with another guy and had been for 3 years. I saw one of the videos and texted her to see if she could get them removed before our grown son saw them. She asked the current guy, who was a lawyer, if he could help. 2 months later the lawyer commits suicide by shooting himself. Not sure if it was because of that or not. Never asked the ex and didn't want to know. Fuck. My brother was a porn cameraman for several studios. Does that count? He acts all ashamed and would never tell our religious family. But I don't give a poop. Make that money. Bro, I do occasionally say back when you were poor and had to do porn for money to rib him. Though, this reminds me of that gif where a porn cameraman is snacking while the girl is getting pounded. Then once they finished gets high-fived, removed. She's actually just pissed nobody offered her a bite. And to be honest, that was quite rude. Not porn, but I stripped for a bit and my ex came in with a bachelor party. He felt like a king. I thought about stripping, but then I realized as a server I had enough creepy guys hitting on me and making remarks about how young I look. I knew I couldn't handle the gross feeling, knowing I'd probably attracted a lot of pedos getting their legal fix. Edit for context. I'm almost 21 and still look 16-18 depending how I do my makeup. Same reason I'm having a hard time coming around to the idea of OnlyFans. LOL, I kind of did the opposite. I was a server and service industry food worker for years. Figured if I was going to be intercourseally harassed I might as well get paid for it. I had a career when I went in though and I'm now happily still in the career with no harassment 6 years later. How was your reaction to your ex? It was all good fun. We respected each other, so we had a good time and caught up while I danced for their party, lol. Once stumbled across a video of a girl I worked with and we were all quite close. When we were alone, I asked her if she'd ever made a video, and she asked why. I told her I had stumbled across a video that looked remarkably like her. She looked at it and laughed, saying she had forgotten making that in college. She lied to you, lol. Either way, it opened up a rather interesting conversation. Did you bang her? Yay. He examined the birthmark. In my daily internet journey of finding good porn, I stumbled on a solo video of a girl who looked familiar and I just couldn't place her. I see her the next day at the gym and I kid you not, I just realized I have been seeing her for almost over a year in that gym. I have never actually spoken to her or made contact, but damn, she is hot. Edit. I just found her stage name. I don't know the rules on sharing it though. I'm a huge fan of your worker. So you read my papers? Sure, let's go with that. I've read them intimately. And what conclusion did you come to? That private prisons contribute to an increase in solitary confinement, less effective healthcare, and little accountability. I had to use 2 socks. A friend did some paid, intimate shoot for a random guy she met online, depicting some weird fetish stuff. A few years later, some guys in our circle found the pics, and is anyone up? The whole town heard about it. She was an almost celebrity for a month more for the weird kind of pictures they were than for her being naked. How'd she react to the photos being brought up again? I hope things weren't too tough for her. For my 21st birthday, my friends kidnapped me and took me to a strip club. They knew I was in a committed relationship and would be uncomfortable, so my day was their excuse to go. Keep in mind I lived in a military town, so clubs were everywhere. We walk in and the first person we see on the pole was a girl we graduated with. She immediately made eye contact with us, paused, and then just kept doing her thing. She then saw it as an opportunity to do more lap dances and talked 3 friends into one. 2 dancers later, another girl we went to school with, grade lower, walked out on stage. Weirdest reunion ever. I know this is a weird question, but I have to ask. Fayetteville? So close. So it is Bragg then? Legion. I used to work with Stella Cox in a non-related job while I was working in the Czech Republic. She left the company and after some time a co-worker tells me about her videos and I went to watch them. Weird boner. What kind of work? Oh, you clerical? Yeah, you like that, you dirty bitch. File those papers. Fuck yeah. Asterisk. I found out my friend did porn because my creepy manager came up to me and said, "Hey, isn't this your friend?" Very cringe. Your manager sucks. Yes, he does. So does her friend. Not as hard as the manager though. You should see his videos. Stripper, dancer, and have done several porn shoots. Content ended up online, and a co-worker let me know they saw me. Was there any awkward interactions after that, or did you act like it never happened? It was either co-worker, "What are you doing?" or "You're the best co-worker I could ask for." Step co-worker, "What are you doing? I'm stuck in the fax machine." Serious answer. I have trained 2 porn actresses. One did a few bukkake videos and the other did midstream porn. They both told me how it turned out. The bukkake videos ruined a few relationships and a couple low-paying jobs. She actually bragged about the videos to me. She wasn't what I would call attractive. Also, she was pregnant in one of the videos. The midstream girl was literally perfect. It definitely hurt her career while performing on video under her stage. She also went to college to a performance car mechanic. Once certified, no one really took her serious. After being a night delivery driver for a month, she went back to stripping. Best damn mechanic I have seen. My car overheated one night and she fixed it on the side of road while I held the flashlight. You trained them? Do you work at a porn academy? Auto repair? Porn community college? E pluribus anus? Donde está la biblioteca? Our high school valedictorian became a porn star. I had classes with her quite a bit as I was jamming myself with AP courses, and she's that quiet and smart type. I guess she went from jamming herself with AP courses to jamming big ol' dicks. Not gotta lie, I was quite a fan of hers. She went from advanced placement to anal penetration real quick. I'm generally very open about the fact I've done porn work. Most of what I do is very niche fetishy stuff. The sort of stuff you wouldn't find without very specifically looking for it. But I have also done some work on a couple of more mainstream, but still stylized sites. I've had a few friends who were already subscribers to that site who were surprised to see my shoots go up on there. But they've always been very respectful about it. Seems like a benefit of doing niche work porn is that anyone who manages to find it is in no position to judge you for it. I feel like this is equally true of any legal porn, legal, ethical. I found my friend's sister's stuff. I've never brought it up cause it would be awkward. Doesn't stop me checking back every now and again. Need a link to verify. Removed. Oh duck, what have I done? My fiancé did some softcore porn a while back. I once posted a picture of her and I together on Instagram, and a co-worker insisted he knew her from somewhere. I told him she did some modeling and probably saw an ad she was in. Now he jokes around with me about being in a relationship with a model. Hey, in softcore porn are they actually ducking? Or the dudes are wearing some skin colored sock tape kind of thing on their dicks to prevent penetration like in Hollywood movie intercourse scenes? Nothing's hard. Hence, you know, soft. Not me, but someone I know of. There was this girl in high school who decided that one day to earn some extra cash that you would do a live cam girl service thing, and it just so happened that her brother found out a couple of days later when she did one of her next shows. She got the reputation at school for being a W and had to move schools, and from what I hear today she moved schools twice before she found a place where no one knew of her cam girl situation. I've been graduated for 2 years now and kept in touch with her brother. From what I hear she's currently studying a degree in law. Edit. Can't believe this blew up, thank you all. Edit 2. W is actually a word similar to hoe. She's a witch. Burn her at the stake. She turned me into a newt. A newt. Had a hostess who was working for our restaurant a while back. One day the food runner was like, hey, do you guys know she was a porn star before? And no one believed him until he showed us videos on his phone. Fast forward to a few days later and almost the whole restaurant knows about it from front of house to back of house because our manager decided to show the other shift managers a video of her in the office during the split shift, but the poop put the audio of the video into restaurant speakers, and obviously everyone made their way into the office, and lo and behold they saw everything. Fortunately said hostess wasn't scheduled that day so she didn't see it, but after that it was very awkward being around her for everyone that saw the video. The female staff would be less chatty than before, and as for the male staff they were all looking at her literally like a piece of meat. Awkward situation for everyone. She eventually found out and quit. How terrible. Went to a friend's baby shower and one of the cousins was accompanied by a date that I later saw on LP Hub. It was a Caribbean family event, so those who knew what she did in her spare time were giving the girl the stank eye. She was a nice girl though. I don't judge. I used to be a cam girl. One time, a viewer logged on and recognized me, so he proceeded to call me by my real name in the chat and ask how my boyfriend was doing. I acted like I had no clue who he was talking about, but I have a feeling some of my other fans knew better. It felt really invasive and could have put me in danger. I have no clue who it was to this day. I thought cam sites could block people from the state you live in from viewing you. It's optional, but people can use VPNs to get around it. Best friend's cousin is that white girl on the couch with all the black dudes. No one in the family talks to her anymore. A former co-worker of mine did some amateur stuff for San Diego Latinas. It was some of the crappiest porn I've ever seen. Seriously, not even a little bit intercoursey. And she's hot, but a total dead fish. Anyway, everyone in the office knew and seen the videos. And when arguing one day with another female employee, she was called out by her stage name and was told everyone knows. Insert name. That's brutal. I guess the only thing to do would be own it or quit. She denied it was her for years even though she'd bring some of her friends to gatherings and stuff. All the guys loved when she'd invite the other girls she knew from work to parties and stuff. Bitch, I already told you that ain't me. Come on Ron Jeremy, we're leaving this poop tea party. Girl I went to school with starred in a few movies. It was the most awkward thing I ever fact to. I found a video of a family friend once. I made the mistake of showing my wife which turned into an awkward argument between us. I got accused of wanting our friend. Never said anything to our friend about it. Jealousy is the real fap we made along the way. This dude I went to high school with had a sister who was a porn star. Whenever we could have our phones out in class some guy would be like, hey Jack, check this out, and it'd just be one of Jack's sister's videos on the screen. Cold-blooded poop right there. I knew a girl who was a prostitute and talked about it openly with her friends and co-workers. Not her family though. No one made a big deal of it. They understood that she was an intercourse addict who needed extra income. So they didn't ostracize her for it or anything. She did have a few guys in the friend zone who asked if they could pay for intercourse, which I imagine was a bit awkward. But that's about it. If your friend is an intercourse addict and a prostitute and she turns you down as a client, that's got to hurt. IDK man. Sometimes people don't want to have intercourse with their friends. I married mine and we've been banging like rabbits every day since. Or I found a friend of my mom's was the operator for a cam house where she sat naked at a desk surrounded by cameras and directed site visitors to pay rooms with the cam girls. Viewing and chatting with the operator was free, and she would do little teaser shows sometimes. I would regularly chat with her when I was a teen without her ever knowing who I was. I ended up sleeping with her a few years later, but I never told her about finding her on the website. My brother's girl casual friend started an OnlyFans. It lasted about 48 hours and made $900 before her mum found out. Apparently she had announced it on Twitter, Snapchat to all her friends, after blocking excluding family members, but it still quickly found its way back to her mum who promptly shut it down. I guess having 2,000 thirsty Facebook dude friends really does pay. $900 over 48 hours, so almost $19 an hour? Nice. I hate that people felt the need to expose her, though. My first shoot I had to travel to another city. I said it was modeling but my mom figured it out. She eventually texted me and all she said was don't use your real name. As if that was ever a concern. Your mom is the real MVP. Nothing. They asked me what it was like to bang pornsters. It's not really all that TBH. Well, there goes an hour of my life scrolling through this. There's a trans woman at my work that did or still does porn. It got passed around but nobody really cared. Probably because they'll never afford the vehicles that she has from her side job. What kind of vehicles we talking here? Scooters. Not officially a boyfriend at the time, but a guy I was casually seeing ended it after seeing my video. Oops, he ended it. Suicide seems a little over the top, but I guess he made his point. Know me, but one of my cousins is a pornster. She is a lovely lady. About 15 years ago my auntie joined the military and during that time she found her now husband. When they finally deployed back home she traveled to Queensland to visit him. She went to go use his bathroom and found porno magazines and our cousin was on the front cover of one of them. My aunt walked out laughing holding it in her hand and my uncle was extremely embarrassed. Apparently the face he made when she told him they were related to each other was priceless. For a while he thought we were all joking, but every Christmas we have a family reunion to celebrate at my grandmother's house. My uncle finally met our cousin and her family and all he had to say, OMG, all of you are blonde, and y'all really weren't joking. Another funny incident was in high school. Some people had seen that I was talking to her on Facebook and accused me of being a carpet muncher. Nobody believed me when I told them that we were related. They couldn't grasp the idea of 12 years old me being family with a porn star. At the time she was coming to visit and that same day she come to pick me up early from school. I swear everyone's jaw dropped. Next day blokes were asking me to share her number and of course I didn't. OMFG, I saw my apartment building's concierge girl that everyone hits on and ducks on fucked once. I was so embarrassed for her and I never told her I saw it. Well, I hope this blows up BC. It seems very interesting. This question is front page every bloody week. I would like a best of mega thread of the best answers listed from all the times this question has been asked. I dated a girl in high school and freshman year of college. I was trying to find a midweek spank and boom, I find my girlfriend getting a facial. I freak the duck out and call her. She answers and I'm talking to her basically on the verge of tears because I just watched my girlfriend of almost 3 years take some guy's baby gravy to the face. After denying it for almost 20 minutes I sent her the video. I had completely forgot she has an identical twin that was trying to make it as an actress in LA. Winter break that year's was very awkward for the three of us that year. Not me but a girl I know. I live in a small town in the UK and I remember years ago hearing about a girl who did a fake taxi video working in our small town. I thought it was just a stupid rumor, then few years go and I meet a girl and have a couple of nights out with before my friends say that she used to do porn. Turns out she was the one I heard rumors about years ago and she actually did work in our town. She was really nice. Felt bad for her because that's kind of all she was known for, even the videos were a long time ago and still got a lot of stick for it from people. However, I think her fiancé got a kick out of it because he used to just let her sleep around. But they're married now. Not spoke to her in over a year. I wonder if she's still sleeping around. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.